So, it was announced today, Final Fantasy XV has been delayed. Oh no. It was originally slated to come out September 30th. Now, the news of this delay was reported by Gamnesia. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Citing sources at GameStop, and they actually posted a picture of a Final Fantasy 15 display that says, if you've already got this up, please put this sticker that will show the new release date. And it's been pushed back from September 30th to November 29th, 2016.
It's, what, a month?
It's 2 months. It's 2 months because there's October in between September and November.
But it's right at the beginning of November, though.
No, it's November 29th.
Oh, 29th?
Yeah.
I thought you said 2nd.
No.
Because
September
I don't listen
30th
to anything.
to November 29th.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, man. I'm a Final Fantasy fan. And I love the Final Fantasy series. Final Fantasy VII is arguably one of the best games ever made.
Yeah. Okay, so do you know the website Game FAQs, Game Facts?
I've heard of it.
They do a poll every single year. What is the best game of all time?
Right.
It's a visitor poll. You can just show up, you vote for it. Every year for the nearly 20 years that Game Facts has been around, Final Fantasy VII and The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. One of those two is always number one.
Well, here's the thing with Final Fantasy VII. I have bought that game more than any other game.
Yeah, I have bought that game like 4 or 5 times.
I bought it for PC first, okay? Then I bought it for the PlayStation 1 when the Greatest Hits Edition came out. And then I bought it again for PC whenever they did like an updated PC version of it years later. Then I bought it for the PS3. Then I bought it again for the PS4. So I've paid money for this game 5 times and love it. And I don't regret it at all, especially now that you can get it for like $5 to $7.
Yeah.
And the Final Fantasy remake is coming out, which I'm totally going to buy that too.
Absolutely.
No
gonna happen in my life.
Right. And the reason that I bought a PlayStation 4 in the first place was because I knew Final Fantasy 15 was coming out. I'm not a PC gamer. You know, say what you will about PC gaming. I understand 60 frames per second and
Master Race,
and all
blah,
that
blah,
shit.
blah.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care. I'm not a PC gamer anymore. I used to be. But that's why I bought. That was the thing. When I saw the first trailer for Final Fantasy 15 2 years ago, I was like, I gotta get a PS4.
Yeah.
That was the driving force behind getting the PS4 was Final Fantasy 15. I have vacation days coming up September 30th, October 1st, and October 2nd to take a 3-day weekend just so I can play Final Fantasy 15, and now I'm going to have to go do something else with my vacation time.
Oh, no.
Well, luckily in October I get 2 more weeks, so I can still take vacation around November. Maybe I'll do 4 days, who knows. But that was going to be, I mean, September 30th is the day after my birthday. And I was like, all right, Final Fantasy 15 is coming out, and it's coming out right around my birthday. This is going to be awesome. It's going to be a birthday present to me from the world. And now I have to wait 2 more months to play it. Whenever it was originally announced, it wasn't even supposed to be Final Fantasy 15. It was originally called Final Fantasy Versus 13.
Yeah.
And let's see. So Final Fantasy 13, when did that come out? Let me look it up real quick.
I think it was 2013, wasn't it?
I think it was. I think it's more than 3 years old. So, let's see. Let me look it up.
God, actually, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I liked Final Fantasy 13.
I didn't hate it.
I liked it. And I played Final Fantasy 13 too.
I liked 13 too better than I liked 13.
March 2010. Okay,
wow,
was when Final Fantasy 13 came out. So when did Final Fantasy A Realm Reborn? And that's the thing is I skipped 11 and I played a little bit of
the
14.
MMOs.
Yeah, because I'm just not into MMOs that much.
Right.
Especially subscription ones. That's why the only reason I started playing Elder Scrolls Online is because it's...
Yeah, I mean, it's a straight up, you buy the game. And
Final Fantasy 14 Online was released in 2010 as well.
Huh.
So we haven't got an episode of Final Fantasy, a new episode
that is not related to a previous installment.
In 6 fucking years.
Yeah.
Okay. It's time, damn it. And I swear to God, if this gets pushed back again till the 2017, oh my God, I'll be mad. But the thing that's interesting about this game is, so, you know, the older Final Fantasy games, they take place in more of a past setting. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you've got games like Final Fantasy VI and VII, which took place more in a futuristic setting. This one has a lot more of a modern feel. Now, I bought Final Fantasy Typo HD and played the Final Fantasy 15 playable demo, and it's very much got a modern feel. Of course, there's like flying stuff, and there's some futuristic elements, but this feels the most modern out of the series from what I've seen so far. Plays a lot like Kingdom Hearts.
Really?
Yes. If you're a fan of that series.
Yeah, very big fan of that
So if you're a fan of Kingdom Hearts and you're a fan of Final Fantasy, this is the game for you. Looks absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
So what does that say about the game, though, if they're pushing it back 2 more months? Is it broken? Is it going to be literally unplayable whenever I buy it day of release? You know, what's going on? Or maybe, and that's the thing. How... And the same thing with No Man's Sky being pushed back. And I don't know anything about video game production, okay? But I would assume that when you're coming up to a month and a half away from release of a game, you should be in production. You should be printing those Blu-rays and printing those box art.
2 months out from release,
stuff,
you would
right?
think so.
So what is this 2 months buffer going to do? Okay? Is the game in production and being printed right now, and the 2 months start or stall time, is that in order to program a day one patch?
Well,
that we're gonna have to download? Because here's the thing.
Certainly.
Well, here's the thing, though. Since I bought a PlayStation 3, not one Final Fantasy game have I had to download any kind of patch for. They have worked out of the box. You put it in, boom, you're playing it. Final Fantasy 13. Nothing. Final Fantasy 13-2, nothing. Typo HD, nothing. There was no patch that you had to download. And that's why I was always like, Square Enix is the shit. They, you know, they release games that work. Yeah. At the beginning.
They've got their shit together.
So maybe they are, you know, maybe they haven't gone into production yet. I don't know. I don't know what all goes into that sort of thing. Can they print 1 million copies and box it and seal it and put it in cases and ship it out in a matter of a week? Who knows? If you know, leave us a comment.
Yeah, absolutely. If there are any game developers out there that happen to be listening.
Or if you work at a factory that prints that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. But I want to know.
Yeah.
I just really, you know, I took vacation.
Guys, seriously. Eric took vacation, so...
Come on, Square Enix.
Get your shit together.
Get your fucking shit together. All right. So let's move on. We'll talk about something a little different now. So